the mouth. Listen at this. Chapter number 9, verse 16 says, and he asked, what question ye with them? And one of the multitude answered and said, Master, I have brought unto thee my son, which hath a dumb spirit. And wheresoever he taketh him, he teareth him, and he foameth, and he gnasheth with his teeth, and pineth away. And I spake to the disciples that should cast him out, and they could not. He answered them and said, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring unto me. And they brought him unto him. And when he saw him straightway, the spirit tear him, and fell on the ground, and wallowed foaming. And he asked his father, how long is it ago since this came unto him? And he said, of a child. And oft times he had cast him into the fire, and to the waters to destroy him. But if thou canst do anything, have compassion on us and help us. Jesus said unto him, if thou canst believe, all things are possible to him that believeth. Now see, that's the part about church that we learn. All things are possible. If you only believe. Touch your neighbor, say, if you only believe.
If you only believe.
See, that's the only seed that we talk about in the church.
All right.
If you only believe. Somebody shall believe.
Believe.
But see, this man knew that there was two opposing things going on in him.
Well.
And he knew that he was in a place where he could be helped.
Well.
And see, the problem with most of us is we have the two opposing things, but we enter into the presence of God and not get the real help that we need.
Well.
But this is what this dad said, verse number 24. It says, and straightway the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe. Help thou my unbelief.
My
Oh,
God.
God from Zion. It's amazing how, no matter how churched out you may be.
Come on now.
It's amazing no matter how lofty your testimony may be.
Well.
It's amazing no matter how many credentials you may have on your wall, Brother
That's
Eric. There's two things going on inside of you
Say
at
it,
the
Pastor.
same time.
Say it.
See, the problem with most of us is because we don't recognize the unbelief part.
Well.
We never able allow God to deal with it where it is. But the truth of the matter is, the two opposing things are not sent to destroy you. They're only sent to persuade you.
Yes.
The Bible says, Paul says, I am fully persuaded.
Yes.
Do you know what persuaded means? It means that there was two opposing things going on in his life at the same time. See, God has allowed those things to speak to you and become counterproductive at times so that you can become fully persuaded.
Well,
This same Paul, after he went through the shipwrecks and the snake bites and being beat, somehow now he's able to say, I'm fully persuaded.
Yes.
I'm persuaded that neither life nor death. I'm persuaded that nothing here or things to come. I'm fully persuaded that whatever God has said concerning me is going to come to pass. Then he went on to say that nay, in all these things, we're more than conquerors. See, the problem with most of us is we allow people to judge us when we're going through. But the truth of the matter is, you don't know who God is until you've been in.
Say it.
Don't tell me the Lord that will provide until you don't know where your next meal is coming from. Don't tell me about the Lord that will restore relationship and you done lost everyone you've been in. But God will allow some things to happen to you so that you can say without a shadow of a doubt.
Yes.
Say it.
I'm fully persuaded.
Yes.
But here in this text, this woman has two things going on called babies.
Yes.
And when it came time for the birthing, something interesting happened. See, this is why you have to be careful who you allow in your inner circle when it comes time for you to birth a baby for real.
My God.
Well.
My God.
See, the problem with most of us, and you've heard me say this time and time again, is we invite people into closed quarters who were never designed to be there in the first place.
Well.
See, if you don't believe me, naturally, it's how it works. You get pregnant, and you get through the first trimester, and I think it's about month 5 or 6, you find out what it's going to be. And then you start planning a shower. And the shower is awesome because you get all the gifts.